What's going on, guys? Broken Prophet here. Welcome back to the vlog. Here is hoping that your Wednesday, your hump day, is going amazing as mine. And you know why? See, today is a special day. Today is the day that everything will go my way. Because see, today is the day that I was born. It's my birthday, y'all. I got it going on. It's my birthday. Now, if you ain't from the A, you don't know nothing about that. But anyway, listen, I'm trying to be serious. As I tell you guys, as I tell y'all many times, I am recording this video in front of a live studio audience, in front of my channel members. I'm trying my best not to look at the chat because my favorite people are in here. They're going to try to trip me up. We're going to make this video short and to the point because I am going to try to do a live stream tonight. So y'all may see this after the live stream. Anyway, so with that being said, today is my birthday. I did my yearly call that I do to my mother on my birthday. I called my mom. She picks up and she says, "Oh, Lord." And I said, "Close." I said, "Mom, I just want to tell you, like I do every year, you are welcome." And she calls on the Lord again. And I say, "Mom, everybody else gives birth to a child, but you gave birth to a God. The global icon, the national treasure, the Ayatollah of Hoodoo rock and roller, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You gave birth to a movement. You gave birth to the broken prophet." And then she usually says, "Shut up, boy." And then we laugh. But thank you all for all your birthday wishes. They have been well received and greatly appreciated. Thank each and every one of you. And for my birthday, I want to give you guys a gift. Although some people are going to still criticize me for it, I want to give y'all a gift because y'all know I don't normally give what a lot of the weirdos who come, I'll just say the weirdos because it's my birthday. I can say stuff like this. The weirdos who come to my chat and say, "Be careful, that's a baneful working." Like, who talks like that in real life? A baneful working. But I decided I'm going to give y'all some baneful workings as my gift to you on my birthday. I'm going to give you guys 3 very powerful baneful workings with one ingredient, one main ingredient. There's going to be some others, but if you have this one thing, you'd be surprised at all you can do. And the reason I wanted to do this, not, I was watching The Godfather, and you remember, I don't know if y'all saw The Godfather. At his daughter's wedding, it was like customary for him to grant a wish for everybody on his daughter's wedding. They come to the Godfather, like, "Godfather," he's like, "On this, the day of my daughter's wedding, I will do this. So on this, the day of the broken prophet's birth, I will give you 3 very powerful hexes with one ingredient as the Hoodoo Godfather." But also, what made me do this is we know that the marketeers came in and they kind of watered down our tradition, mainly because they didn't know a lot of Hoodoo, so they made up a lot of stuff. But also, they are not in the business of teaching Hoodoo; they're in the business of selling Hoodoo. And so, what sells? Pink, frilly little love spells, right? It's something to bring money. I got no qualms with that. Stuff like that, the light and fluffy work. But a lot of you guys know Hoodoo was birthed from the plantation. It was born in blood and fire, and its origins are anything but light and frilly. And so I'm going to give you 3 very original workings that will show you how light and frilly Hoodoo is not. Okay. And the main ingredient is this. Spilling it right now. I don't know if y'all know what this is. It's not poop. If you guess a mud dauber or a dirt dauber nest, then you are correct. Mud dauber or dirt dauber nest. If you're not from the South, I don't know if they have them up north, but the dirt dauber is a species of wasp. They're big. It's a big wasp, and you'll generally find them near water. The reason being is they collect water and dirt. That's why they're called mud daubers or dirt daubers, and they'll make nests. They make 2 types of nests, either one like this one, or they make the tube. So if you've ever looked on the side of a building, and you see like those tubes of mud on the side of the building, that is a mud dauber's nest. Now, the marketeers will always share the light and frilly works with a mud dauber's nest, because I've told you guys before, that's what makes it so hard to categorize Hoodoo ingredients, because depending on how you use them, they can do vastly different things. Now, if you look in the marketeers books, they'll tell you, well, if you mix mud dauber nest, crumble it up and mix it with the dirt from a black ant hill, if you sprinkle it into the path of a lazy person, it'll make them work. And that's true. If you do the same thing, but you add sugar to it and sprinkle it outside of your boss's office, then that'll get you your boss's favor, and but mainly more overtime. Okay. See, these came in times where we understood how important community is, and we can't have no lazy people in the community. So we salt bay and get them working. And as we left the plantation and were emancipated and moved north into a more industrial society, well, we still found that though we were free, we were still at the bottom of the societal and just as importantly, the economical the ladder. So we needed as much work or help getting work and hours as possible, because we know if there was some extra hours, we know who was going to get them and who was not. So using that second working with the mud dauber nest, the dirt from a black ant hill, and some sugar would make sure that we get those extra hours so that we could feed our family. See, those are important workings, but those are the frilly workings that the marketeers want to teach you. Feel free to use them because they do work. They do work. But I'm gonna show you the other side of this dirt dauber's nest, because like a coin, it has two sides. See, the marketeers will tell you quite rightly that the wasp that builds this nest, the mud dauber or the dirt dauber, is very slow to sting. It's not really that dangerous to us. Now it will sting, but not as quick as like say a regular wasp or a yellow jacket. They just, they can put up with a lot. Whenever I see them buzzing around, I just walk right through them and they don't bother me. I don't bother them. But being slow to sting does not make them harmless. Because see, inside this nest, and this is an unbroken one, which is rare. If I can, this is rare. Inside of this is a den of horrors, the likes of which it's like a horror movie. Because see, even though the mud dauber is very slow to sting us, it catches spiders. It stings the spiders to paralyze them, drags them into the nest, lays eggs in them, and its young, the mud dauber's young, eat the paralyzed spider alive. And that's how it survives. Savage. But see, they only tell you the part about it not stinging us. They don't tell you how savage this thing is. And so when you get it, you got to be careful, because a paralyzed spider, it may not have been gotten good. So you crack this bad boy open, it's full of spiders, and the spiders are full of very hungry carnivorous babies. So you got to be careful with these. And it is that savagery that we understood. A predator for predators. Okay? That you know how strong you've got to be? Almost an apex predator. An apex predator is the one that nothing else feeds on. This wasp catches and subdues easily poisonous, well, venomous, sometimes poisonous spiders, renders them paralyzed, and then lays its babies. And its babies are predators from birth. Come on now. We understood this. And that is why we came up with these baneful workings that I am about to share with you. Guys, use these. I don't want to say at your own risk. I'm going to say, at your own discretion. Okay. Use them at your own discretion and be very careful handling these, because, like I said, you can crack them open and it'll still be full of spiders. 9 times out of 10, they're paralyzed, but sometimes you may get you a dumb wasp that didn't get them that good. The first working that I want to give you is mud dauber's nest mixed with powdered snake shed. That's what this is. This is shed from one of my snakes. Okay, shed from one of my snakes. And you have to look at these two animals. Okay. Snakes generally, if they're not venomous, they kill by constriction. They wrap up and squeeze until the life is gone. Well, Could you imagine this poor spider can't move as this mud dauber is building a nest around it? It is constricted. It can't move. If you crumble up some dirt dauber's nest, mix in a little bit of snake shed and a little bit of water until you've got a paste. And you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. And then you take a very small name paper, and I mean as small as you can get it. Write this person's initials. You want it so small, all you can write is their initials. Don't worry, you don't need the whole name. You don't need to say the name because you know who you're working on. And then you tear it into a teensy little bit, ball it up, put as much force in as you want to. Because remember, this is somebody you hexing, you cursing, and you curse them while you do it. Y'all don't know that's the meaning of curse. You curse them while you do it. You no good scoundrel, flea flicking lily lip, but use real curses, right? And then you cake that mud dauber mud around it. And then you set it somewhere dry and dark. And what you'll see is that person, it's kind of hard to describe. Like let's just say they're at work and they're the type of person that wants to make fun of everybody and everything at other people's expense. Well, they'll come to work one day and they'll be a little bit diminished. Maybe they aren't as loud, maybe they aren't as rowdy, right? You're like, hey, something wrong with you? You're like, no, I don't know. Maybe I'm coming down with something. And then the next day, a little bit less, a little bit less. To finally they just kind of shuffle in the work. You're like, man, you checked out. Like, I don't know. I just ain't felt like myself for a while. People have been deleted that way. A lot of people have been deleted that way. And if you feel a little bit dirtier, you take that little mud dauber ball out of the dark place. Go into a bathroom with a big mirror, light a black candle, write their name with that piece of mud on the mirror. Then make the sign of the cross upside down over their name, just with the candle, just screet. Yes, with it lit. Screet. Not only will they feel down and, little not as happy, but every time they look into that mirror, they're going to begin to hate what they see more and more and more. Oh, my eyes are too far apart. Oh, my nose is too big. My lips are too thin. My teeth just don't look right. Oh my God, what's wrong with my hair? Am I putting on weight? Am I losing too much weight? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And sooner or later, it has been known to get to be too much. I know I said I was give y'all 3 workings. Well, that right there is only going to count as 1. That's only going to count as 1. Now, the next working, the next working is a root worker killer. Careful, beloveds. No, it doesn't send the root worker to the upper room. But if y'all been following my channel, you know that a root worker's most powerful tool is his or her ancestor altar, right? Now, let's just say you have access to it, but I'm going to tell you 2 ways to do this. If you have access to someone's ancestor altar, you take some mud dauber nest and mix it with grains of paradise. Be very careful. Be very careful. Now, all y'all with y'all mortar and pestles, this will be the time to grind it up into a powder. And when they aren't looking, sprinkle that powder on their ancestor altar and they will all disperse. And they won't come back. Not to that altar. That altar has henceforth been rendered what's the word when a building condemned. And by the time the root worker figures out that they're calling and calling and ain't nobody answering back, then you can hit them with another working, right? Knowing they out here all alone. They got nothing but their own battery to run off of. No spiritual aid. Nobody's coming for help. They can call and call. Nobody's there. It's just a table with some candles and some water and some picture. Pretty to look at, but no substance. Kind of like some people we know, right? That's working number 2. And working number 3, be very careful. Because you are going to, of course, powder up the dirt dauber nest, but you're also going to grind up some bay leaves and mustard seed. Now for this one, you're going to, before you powder up the bay leaves, write their names on it, okay? So you want the whole bay leaf, write their name on it, get you a crayon or a pen, doesn't matter, write their name on that bay leaf, crumble it up. Crumble up the dirt dauber nest. Take the mustard seed, crumble it up, mix it all together. Excuse me, mix it all together. Then every day for 3 days in a row, you're going to sprinkle some at a crossroad. And you're going to go into the book of Job. And you will say, Lord, if you were to take everything from this person, they will curse you to your face. That's all you have to say every day for 3 days. We know that all you need is a mustard seed, but we also know most people don't even have that. You complete that work and you will give them the curse of Job. They're going to put their faith to the test because you are going to strip them of it. You're going to strip them of every bit of luck. You're going to strip them of every bit of, I won't say blessing, but, you know, it's been said that's the working to strip away faith. But from my experience, it sends someone through a trial of faith. It sends them through a tumbling of hex, of which they can get out of it. All they have to do is believe. But how many of them don't? How many people in this electronic industrial age are walking around, or they can talk the talk, but they ain't walking the walk? They good in front of a camera, they good on the phone, but in real life, boy, they full of fear. They pass the test, they get everything back. They may lose their car, may lose their health, they may lose their relationship. They stay faithful and prayerful, they get everything back. But if they don't, sheesh, if they don't, eh, I can't say it's the upper room they'll go to. Thank you, J Dub. You might send them spiraling down to the lower room. The lower room with you know. Why am I giving out workings like this? Right? Well, I told y'all why. To show you the unwatered down version of Hoodoo, but also, well, and I don't know who this is a message for, but I felt led to say this very thing. Every so often, okay, you every so often you've got to remind people that you still remember how to be that monster up under their bed. You still remember how to be the boogeyman or woman. See, because you have decided to embrace peace, and to decide, you've decided to, to try to tame your tongue, people try to get over. People act like you've forgotten. So every so often, you got to show them that I'm not the only one that can be humbled. Every so often, as Christopher Walken once said, a lion got to remind the hyenas that he's a lion or she. And with that being said, hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. And if you feel the need to sow a seed. Y'all know I'm gonna do it. Y'all know right there, especially today on my birthday. Okay. If you feel the need to sow a seed, there you go, right there. Thank you, everyone who has. You guys are eternally in my heart. I really, really appreciate that. And even those who wanted to but can't, no worries. I appreciate that you thought about me. Thank you so much. So that being said, we still got some seats for the webinar. Of course, the webinar is April 10th and 11th. It's going to be a 2-day mini boot camp event, and we will be teaching divination and other forms of hoodoo, getting you guys on the ground rolling. You will learn how to read bones. There are 2 different prices on my website that is scrolling down below that will tell you the information, and you can go ahead and book 2 nights, 2 hours per night. All right. I hope that you feel that it'll be worth it. Okay. And with that being said, thank you guys so much. Hope to see you guys tonight for my birthday live stream. But if not, hey, I see you when I see you. And shoot. Hey, thank y'all so much. Profit out.